Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Happy profit day here for SUI. A lot of folks taking some good profits here today. I'm glad. I do feel like we are getting closer to our top. We probably see a slight pullback. Main reason why is because we have a daily candlestick closure here, somewhat of a resistance on the charts from last month, of course, at that about 86.8 cent mark. So keep in mind that'll probably work as a resistance here soon. While it can still break through that, we're going to expect some kind of a pullback just based on that sentiment. Again, you don't take trades solely on just one thing, but that is a pretty big contributing factor. So we'll look at that and a handful of other things too. So if you are new to the channel, just want to ask you hit the like button, comment below. If you've been watching for a while, perhaps even let me know how long you've been watching, because it's really cool to hear. I've had some people following me for like the last three and a half years. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so really cool stuff there. Thanks again for hitting the like button, commenting, and just being an amazing part of my life. So let's take a look here, of course, at liquidation. This is the last 7 days. We can see this solid amount of liquidation every like 5 to 10 cents. All right, so we got the most amount of liquidation down about 65 cents. However, we got a ton of liquidation just above the price action here. This is the macro. This is the last 30 days here. If we look at this here, this may not seem like a lot, but it's almost 300 million in liquidation at 92 cents. Okay, now that makes sense, no pun intended, because the simple fact that that's the local high. Okay, I'll go into that a little deeper here in a minute, but the previous high implies that these shorts are going to have some success, mainly because double tops exist for a reason. It's really common for market movers to sell the price of a coin when it hits its local top or local bottom, depending on the direction it's heading. Okay, so just some friendly advice. That is a thing, and you may want to consider securing profits if you're in a trade right now. Just throwing it out there, because I mean, how much higher is it really going to go? Just kidding, it could go very high, of course. It's been upwards of $2.12 at its highest, and 84 cents. It would be a bummer if you sold this early. Really depends on your position though, folks. Keep this in mind. Spot bag, I recommend holding. Honestly, this coin does look like it's got a lot of potential. It's a pretty good project too. But on the back end, when it comes to profit securing on this more recent increase, we have a 43% candle from yesterday. There's got to be some profits that are going to be taken. We're going to see somewhat of a pullback. Okay, so don't get too greedy. Keep in mind we have a strong point of control here at about 86 cents. That is the local top. Once again, a lot of reasons for that. Okay, so that just basically implies that you should consider waiting to take a long position or possibly consider a short. I'm going to emphasize the word possibly because that's not an exact thing, and that's not something I don't generally recommend, because this coin is very bullish. All right, so looking at the macro here, most coins are stuck under 50 on the RSI. They're stuck on stupid. So SUI is cranking. It's firing on all cylinders here. These are all extremely beneficial, positive contributing factors. Let's look at our moving averages and confirm. Minus 100 SMA, we're above everything else. Okay, so my guess here is if the price does pull back, 78 cents would probably be the better case scenario. Again, just the more local fib there for us. Okay. When we look at the 4-hour, we can see we're above all moving averages here too, reinforcing that support at 78 cents. Possibly even 72 is a worst case scenario, because we do have our local bottom here, and more importantly, all the moving averages are kind of hanging out in that 70 to 72 cent range. Okay, that's a good sign. However, of course, 4-hour time frame is going to show that we are overextended massively. But the key takeaway here is when you look at the moving averages, or more importantly, the RSI, it's over 70 right now. So what do you do in that situation? Well, if you've attended my university, you'll probably know. If you've watched my videos for a while, you know too. You don't sell until the price comes back down. And let me correct that. It's not the price coming back down. You don't sell until the RSI comes down. Because in a bullish trend like this, the price will go sideways while the RSI tapers off. At that point, you consider securing profits. Once it gets to that level, generally speaking, the price will be due to correct itself. Between now and then, you're in profit. There's no reason to close your position just yet, because this is telling us that it has more potential for upside. Because once you break through this level here, it's common for it to stay there for about 3 or 4 days. We're about 1.5, maybe 2 trading days in, so there's a decent chance we might have an extra 24 to 48 hours of bullish momentum to the upside. Once again, double top, I think statistically you're more likely to see the price pull back, but that's also a very strong contributing factor. So we got some conflicting stuff there, but for the most part, we're working ourselves into a little rectangle here. A lot of times these will break to the upside because they go range bound and up, right? So we haven't even done anything here to test this lower level. So unless we break it free from this local range here about 82 cents, we have a decent chance the price continuing higher, okay? All right, hourly time frame. Let's look at the cloud and just see here. We're getting closer to a consideration for closing your position. What I mean by that is anyone who is in a long, when this intersects, it usually implies the price is going to pull back or it's slowing its momentum down. Obviously, you can see it's losing momentum, it's going sideways. But on the same accord, conversion line's well above the baseline. We still have good momentum, and we're also above the cloud. So we still have 3 out of 3 reasons to keep your long position open. Would you or should you consider a long right now? Short answer is no. Long answer would be a better time to take a long is if the price breaks out, comes back down to retest this previous high as a new low, and that's when you get in. Getting in now just seems a little premature because of the simple fact that there's no guarantee it's going to go up. And there's no guarantee it's going to go down either, but if it goes down, it probably won't go down too far. All right. Again, just some things to kind of think about there. Even though it seems like super juicy and you want to kind of take a short into this, it's best to avoid that and not short this coin because it's just too volatile right now. And there's a lot of support. It doesn't make a ton of sense to swim upstream. Okay, that's basically what you'd be doing if you try to short. So I just hold tight and consider securing profits here in a few hours. Other than that, maybe wait for a better opportunity for a long in the 72 to 78 cent range, if that even happens. I prefer to wait for situations like that, me personally. So what I do is I'll set an alert here. In a perfect world, the price action does one of these, pulls back, kind of hangs out here, honors the ascending trend, and goes up from there. So I'd want to try to get in right here. That's my consideration. Okay, so as per usual, I'll go ahead and post this on our playout chart for our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. If you're not familiar with that, links are down below. And if you want to become part of our trading community, I have a trading university as well. Make sure you attend that. That's all available in our Discord here. Future reference, I now have live charts, trade alerts where I provide you with specific detailed analysis on coins that I'm planning to take trades with. And make sure you read through my signals guide too if you're newer to the community, because this is important. You need to understand a good risk tolerance, good risk management for the trades that I take, because they're structured a lot different than you might think. Okay, swing traders perform different than day traders do. We got those too, by the way. Day trades have been killing it recently. Take a look at this here. Solana, Cardano, Matic, nice profits there this morning. And right here, this is what it's supposed to be. 6-hour trade for Bitcoin, 10%. 8 hours for Cardano. 1 hour for ETH, 5%. XRP, 8%. Or sorry, 17, 18% in 8 hours. Anyways, those are all there for you. Check them out. I hope you learned something today, though. Thanks again for your time, folks. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.